Oh, hey there, I didn't see you come into my moving car. I'm Adina Menzel. Welcome to my Halloween especial, or some combination thereof. So the reason I'm presently en route somewhere is because I am heading to Joann's Fabrics, whatever the fuck she called, Joann. I'm gonna go see Joann because I need bulk muslin. I don't have any, and it's time for me to start actually making mock-ups, you know? I've made enough costly mistakes to think, yeah, might be time to start doing things correctly. So we're getting some muslin. We're also getting some of the last materials I need. I'm gonna see if I can find a Spirit Halloween and get the last bits of my costume for Drag Wars on Monday. Today is Saturday, the 29th. I was thinking about going to a party last night. I'm thinking about going to a party tonight. I don't really see that happening either way. I do have costumes picked out for both the party from last night and the party tonight, but the one I know I'm using is this one that we're getting the rest of the stuff for. So come along with me for this experimental journey, and we shall see if it is any good at all. See you when we get there. Oh, hey there, hi there, ho there. I didn't see you come in. Welcome to my creepy basement workshop. So I am working on some of the last bits of my costume for Monday. It is presently Sunday. While I was at Joann Fabric, I got some pretty great muslin and then also some broadcloth because it was on sale. I want to see how it behaves in relation to muslin so that, you know, I know whether or not that's a good alternative if muslin is not available. Muslin is never really super duper expensive, but still. So I'm presently working on my broom. I got a ping pong ball that I glued to the top of this very shapely PVC pipe. It's got a nice curve to it. That's just about dry, and that means I'm going to bring it outside and spray paint it brown. In the meantime, let me show you what I've been working on in terms of the hat. I'm really proud of it so far. So, and I'll hold it in front of the light so you can see, yeah, transparent. So this actual hat base is just like a top hat, like a $5 top hat from Walmart. And then this is all that black lace that I was going to use for my swimwear look for Miss Prep. Didn't really get the opportunity to, but that's okay. I took a bunch of jewelry wire to make sort of this exterior frame. You can see there's more on the inside here. And then I stitched just a simple cone, kind of put that over here, and then fitted it with these little ties made of the same lace, which is nice. And then they have little bows, some of them, so it looks cute. However, while I love this, and we are still doing it, I do have to cut into this lace a little bit because I had a fantastic idea that I forgot to act on before everything was in place. I want to, on the top of this little shelf, that is the hat, I want to put a pumpkin. So there's a pumpkin in there. I think that'll be wonderful. And then I can bring it back upstairs and finish putting lace around the brim. Haven't entirely figured out how I'm doing that yet. I think what I'm probably going to do is wide strips of the lace and then fold it over and then kind of gather it as need be so that it turns. And we'll see if that works. Either way, I'm liking what I'm getting so far, and I'm excited. So today is going to be a little busier in a number of ways as well, because I am also going to see my friend play Morticia Addams in the Addams Family for their final matinee. I'm very excited. That's at 2, so I've got a little bit of time, but not a whole lot of time. So let me finish doing this stuff, and then I will check in with you as we move on. See you in a bit. Whew. Okay, hi, it's Halloween. It is already the night of. I have been scurrying about today. I went to the gym for the first time in eons. I ran a bunch of errands. I did a bunch of cleaning and laundry and shit. There was a lot that happened. So here we are now, and it's just after 9:15. It is time to start getting into makeup. So I do have the look all set up over here, but I think I'm going to surprise you with the final product because I'm really happy with how the hat came out. I'm really happy with how the hair came out. I'm very happy with how the broom came out. There are some things I would change about the bristles, but we have time in the future. It's not exactly do or die tonight. And now we get to deal with my other big concern, and that is the makeup. So we're going to do that, and then it'll be time to get going. I'm very worried. I really have no way of knowing if this is gonna go well. All right, let's go. Oh, hi there. I didn't see you come in. What up? You want to meet my pumpkin? There he is. I think I'll name him Claude. So here is the completed look. It's very cool. It's very Alphabet mixed with like Baba Yaga or something. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it came out about as good as I was hoping. And I think it looks really good. I'm just happy to be able to wear the shoes. Don't think you can see, but I love them. Anyway, I'm gonna film a little bit of content and then it'll be time to head on over to the show. Very soon, actually. The show is tentatively always set to start at 11:30, but it never does. So, I did make a broom. I'm not super happy with how it came out, so I don't know if I'm gonna actually bring it. It seems like a travesty to have a witch without her broom, but you know what? Maybe we just bring it and we have it, and if we don't need it, we don't need it. Well, in any case, I'm going to do that and then get going, and then I will see you guys there. All right? Let's see if these gloves work for screens. I will talk to you later. Sorry.
Your death is glorious. Let me show you.
I want to see how I die.
What's your concern? Are you scared of hearing one thing new?
Yeah.
That can help you through. In one good turn, I can show you counterfeit from true. Life begins when you know how it ends. And yours is no ordinary life. You become important. You're the bravest man around. You're the kind with virtue. Always find you common ground. You climb each hill in front of you without a suffering sound. Compassionate and warm. The calm in any storm. Let me show you how you please and perform. You and me can play the hand you know. When you gamble, then you get the gold. Don't believe the fairy tales that seem life is a breeze. Every man must face a trial that brings him to his knees. But let me share a magic truth, a proof of all that thrives. The ones who face their fears lead the most interesting lives.
Crazy ass bitch. Okay, y'all. That was exhausting, but I made top 3. I'll take it. I am absolutely wiped. I had a massive blast, but all that said, I am ready to get directly out of drag, eat some of that pumpkin bread I made earlier. Happy Halloween. And then, oh, I don't like this. I'm going to fucking bed. And then I will tell you some more about everything in the morning. Whew, I'm so tired. Congratulations to Aobia and to Kinsey Spectrum. You guys did fantastic. A delightful top 2. And Aobia, you fucking killed it. Time for me to go to bed. I'm so fucking tired. I did a cartwheel. I did a cartwheel in drag. And a backward somersault. That never happens. I didn't think I could do that in drag. Anyway, good night. Sleep tight. Hello. Did I sound like Aisha Erotica? Hello.
Everybody knows I shit, bitch.
Sorry, I'm having a moment. So I'm in my car presently. I know. Thank you for letting me spell that out for you. Because I'm on the way to the gym. God help us. I'm trying to start a New Year's resolution a little bit sooner than I actually write it down, because maybe that'll give me a better chance of going into the new year with some sort of confidence in it, you know? So Halloween went really well. I love my costume. I made it to top 3 out of like 10 or 11 competitors this time. And this time I actually competed this time. I wasn't just a special guest. I competed. And I was really happy with my witch mix. I was really happy with my costume. And I made that hat and that broom, so I'm very proud. We had 2 lip sync songs. 2 lip sync for the crowns, so to speak. I didn't know any of the words to the first one. Don't even know what song it was. And the second one was Stupid Love by Lady Gaga, which I also didn't know any of the fucking words to. So I was just I learned I could do a cartwheel in drag and a couple backward somersaults, and I was just humping the ground. I wonder what's the most tasteful way to phrase, hey, does anybody have any video footage of me humping the ground on Halloween? But it was so much fucking fun. Now that Halloween is over, we get to move on. And there is no time to waste, girl, because you know what opened literally just the other fucking day? Submissions for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 opened. And motherfucker, if you think for 1 second that I am not throwing my entire into this. I don't know what just happened to me. I think I might have been possessed for a second there. All I know is that I don't like the results. But I am. I'm going to put my entire Dezosi into this. And I cannot wait. I have so many ideas. I've already started. I've submitted the application, and now I need to fill out the, you know, the other forms and everything, and then I'll get the guidelines for the actual video. And it's gonna be fun. Even if I don't get in this year, I love auditioning for it. It's so fun to have like a project like that where there's an actual possible payoff, and it's just a cool showcase of everything. My other 2 Drag Race submissions are some of the most viewed videos on my YouTube channel. So, I mean, worst case scenario, I get content, and it's fun. So, I'm excited for that, and I'm going to start doing that today as well. And then 2 other things. It is presently Wednesday when I am filming this. Wednesday is a very important day for me, just in general. It's one of my favorite days of the week. From now on, in every video, I'm going to have a segment where I bring you along for some of the crafting that I'm doing. And I have quite a few projects that I would like to get started on today, later on when I get back from the gym and showered and not disgusting. And then, if we have any time at all, I would like to introduce you to a new long-standing project that I'm going to be doing. If you've been following my TikTok or my Instagram or whatever, then you know that I did finally finish a year of Inktober. And I managed to finish it because I used each prompt to inspire a new drag costume. So now I have 31 drag costumes that I want to make before the next Inktober starts. So this is gonna be hellish. And what I would like to do today is take you through all 31 of those costume ideas, let you know kind of where I stand on each one, and get an idea of where we're gonna start. Today we're just talking about stuff, but eventually we'll start getting them all on their feet. So that is it for right now. I'm gonna go to the gym before I lose my nerve, and then when I get back, I will take you along for some of this fun shit, and we'll get going. Probably starting with Drag Race, and then moving into all of the crafting. See you then. Alright, feels good to finally be clean. Gym was fun. Starting to look like I might actually be able to keep this up for now. I'm not gonna jinx it, knock on wood, but you know, we'll see. So next on the agenda is that I desperately need to eat something. Then we can start on looking at the Drag Race submission and see what else I need to get together before I can start making the video proper. Then we can start getting into all the crafting that I want to do today, as well as the planning for future crafting. It's an eventful week, but honestly, if I am not busy at every turn, then I am unhinged. So it's a good thing. Okay, I'm feeling really good. It's really nice out today, so here's the fit check. Hey, bro, my flip-flops back out. They were already out. They're always out. I use them as slippers. Oh, and in case it gets cold, you know I have to include this new staple. Darling, why are you on the floor? That's a terrible plan. Trigger warning for anybody who doesn't like bugs. This little stink bug. I've been calling him Buggy. He's been living in my room for a little bit. He can fly, but he often chooses not to. I get it. There you go, honey. Thank you for the cameo. Alright, hello, welcome back to the basement. I have stuff, so let me show you what I'm working with here real quick. I did some cleaning, so the place is a little more organized, if not by much. What I would like to work on first is these tights that I was talking about. As you can see, they're really cute, but they are far too small for me. So my plan is to cut them up to this little shorts area and then turn these into just very high, thin socks. And then I'll figure out what to do with the 4 pairs of black bicycle shorts that I am now in possession of. And we'll see what happens. It would be cool to use them as like stitched in parts of other costumes so that they can cover things up. We'll see. Let's take a look. All right, and those are all set. I simply cut those parts off, and then I hemmed them and pressed it, and now they're in pretty good shape. I'm not going to try them on right now. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to put the others in sort of their separate space. I'll do the rest of them later after I've tried these on, and I'm going to move on. All right, moving right along, we've got my next project, which is just a nice simple fix here. These thermal pants need to be resized a bit. They are quite obviously too big for me. So my working theory, what I'm going to try first, is to just take a little bit of a sliver out of either side, stitch them up where they were, and then we'll try them on later. Seems simple and straightforward. What could possibly go wrong? Famous last words, yada, yada, yada. I will be back with the results. And there we go. All set, freshly pressed and stitched. So I think these came out pretty good. I'll know for sure when I actually try them on, but they look fine. I don't hate them, and they should do the job. As far as understuff is concerned, that is about all I need. So let's move on to my fox hoodie situation. All right, and we're back. We're kind of flying through this stuff tonight. I wasn't really expecting to. So you'll see that my only real issue with this hoodie is that the drawstring tore. So since this is a thrifted hoodie, whoever owned it beforehand just kind of tied it together, which works for the most part, but does make it difficult to go back in there. So what I think I'm going to do is essentially untie this again and cut this off to match it. And then I'll bring them out. And we're going to feed an old shoelace I have through there to serve as that and get it perfectly matched so that I can tie these to either end of that shoelace and have them both equally get stuck where they're supposed to, if that makes any sense. I'll show you what I mean. One sec. Okay, so we're done, and this one went a little different than I expected. Fully extended, the shoelace is plenty of length, and I really did not need any more to extend it to the pom-poms, but I still wanted the pom-poms. So I just kind of cut them off and stitched them both on separately into the little corners here. So these are the functional drawstrings, but these are for fun. And it might be a terrible plan, I don't know, but you know what? It's there, and everybody can lick my ass about it. Moving on. All right, the next thing I want to get started, and probably not finished tonight, but the last one that I think I want to do for this particular Crafting Wednesday is my Sloan cosplay shirt. I got this shirt on Amazon a while ago, and it looks fine. But, you know, it's just, I think it's time for an upgrade. And I happen to have a fair amount of this really nice upholstery fabric, which I love, and I'm very into. And I thought making the shirt out of that with a lining out of this black material would make it seem a little bit nicer and give me some freedom as to how I want to customize it. And so that is exactly what I am going to try. All that I really have planned that I want to do tonight is to make a sort of pattern out of this shirt, and then get the pieces cut out for this and pin it all together. From there, we will see where we're at and go from there. Let's do it. All right, so the first thing I did here was pin my original shirt all the way around and get it onto the doubled over folded fabric so that I will have the two pieces. We'll do the lining afterwards. And then I made a few adjustments. So this is still going to come all the way down, and everything on the bottom half is pretty much the same. I'm thinking I'll probably still leave these open, but I'm not sure. I might not. And additionally, I have lengthened the sleeves a bit with this chalk outline here. And what I'm going for is I want to do kind of a something like Matthew James Thomas's shirt in the Pippin revival, where it kind of goes into the body a little soon. And what I want to do also is do a large collar like that. I'm using that Pippin shirt as a lot of my reference here because I would love for Sloan, who has been inspired largely by Pippin, to have that same kind of energy. And then everything will be cinched in with a belt here like it normally is. I do think I'm going to find him a new belt though. So, next thing to do is to finish chalking up my changes after I've unpinned this shirt, and then cut it out. Let's do it. All right, and now we have both the lining and the main fabric cut out and put together. I did make a mistake. I cut both parts of the outer layer to be this deep front V instead of leaving the back open like I did remember to do for the lining. So I simply found that piece, cut it correctly, and just pinned it back together. Hopefully, once we stitch it and have it attached to the lining and pressed and everything, hopefully then it'll be, just fine. And if it's not, well, whatever. Anyway, that is all I am planning on doing for tonight for this particular Wednesday crafting session. So I will probably pick this up again next week. It'll be lit. Moving on. Ooh, ooky spooky for a second there. All right. So that is the crafting for the day. Let me show you the results of all of that labor. So first of all, you may have noticed this is how the sweatshirt looks now. It has 2 sets of drawstrings, and frankly, I don't mind. And of course, that's still a-okay. And now it's also functional work. While I was cutting up the patterns for my Sloan shirt, I did accidentally sever the other shoelace, so sorry, last surviving sibling. It's alright, I'll use the pieces of them for something. Maybe I'll even just attach them to you so that it's like streamers. Woo. Anyway, moving on. The thermals fit a lot better now. They feel a lot more comfortable, and I don't have to hike them up and tighten them quite so much anymore. But you know what? I think they are missing one thing. There we go. Much better. These fit a lot better now. They feel comfortable, and they're a little more versatile now too, because I can basically just use them as socks. It's nice. Knee-high socks. Turn up. This is an excellent way to revitalize tights that are just a little too small. So I am going to go ahead and do the rest of those girls' tights that I found, and we are going to take the, we'll say remains, bicycle shorts looking ass remains, and we will assign each of them one of my skirts that could definitely use some built-in panties. Perfect. Moving on. It's jammy time now. So the last piece of the crafting stuff that I brought upstairs is my entire Sloan shirt cutout pieces. I really like hand sewing, and these fabrics I have found in the previous projects where I've used them are really, really nice to hand sew. It feels like fucking butter. I'll show you. Over the summer, I had the wonderful privilege of knocking an item off my bucket list, and that was performing in a Renaissance fair, more specifically as John Pace the Bitter Fool, court jester to Queen Elizabeth I and the Duke of Norfolk in the New York Renaissance Fair's 2022 season. And for that, we needed some sort of satchel bag thing that looked period and could carry all of our shit everywhere. So I made this satchel out of that very same fabric that I'm going to be making Sloan's shirt out of. And it's great. And then I did use this gingham on the inside, which is not period, but nobody cared. And I added pockets in here, and I gotta sneeze. If you're not dabbing when you sneeze, you're not gonna get better. That's science. Ask any doctor. So anyway, this is one of my favorite things that I have ever made. I use it regularly in my everyday now. Well, if I go anywhere, I do. So anyway, from that experience, I know that this material is really nice to hand stitch, and I can't wait to do it some more. As to how it sits on me, this suggests that it will hang nicely. I don't know that. We'll find out. So now, it is time to get started on the Drag Race forms. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite parts of the year. If I am lucky enough to get cast, however, I am certain that the absence of auditioning every year will not be felt very heavily by me. So, I've got some cold pizza, some water, and some snacks. Let's get this roast a cooking, shall we? And with that, the week officially comes to its end. Well, for all intents and purposes, its end as far as this video is concerned. Today is Saturday. I am in jammies. I am enjoying the fact that it is Saturday and I get to just vibe. So a little bit of a final summary, if you will. The other day, I did finally finish all of the forms that are required for Drag Race, and the following day, actually I think it was just a few hours later, I was sent all of the guidelines for the video. Printed them out, started my outline, and now I'm about a third of the way through my outline. There is still a lot to do and a lot to figure out and a lot to decide on. So many fucking motorcycles here. I lived out in the Wild West and I heard less there. This is a neighborhood, sir. Fucking get a midlife crisis that's a little quieter. So I'm hoping that by the next time I see you, namely the next video, so next Monday, I am hoping that at that point I will have everything completely outlined, and then we can start discussing the filming and the costuming. There's quite a bit of that needs to happen, and I'm excited for it. I have some really great plans, some really great ideas, and I think the final product is going to be spectacular. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I'm going to keep saying that until those little voices in my head stop saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because it is. And they're wrong. I'm well adjusted. Well, anyway, that about wraps up everything that I wanted to share with you guys for this week. If you did like this video, I would very much appreciate it if you like, share, subscribe, comment, throw your computer out the window, whatever the fuck you want to do. But once again, you know, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a cop. I'm just an asshole on a screen. I'm just a homosexual vibing. And if you are also homosexuals vibing, I would love it if you joined me next week. I should probably have some sort of actual outro, huh? Let's try this. So once again, my name is Daisy Mays. Thank you for joining me, and I post videos every Monday usually. And if I don't, it's because I'm dead. Or I forgot. In any case, until I see you next time, it is what it is.